All right, Coach, obviously.
Yep, I got it.
You got it. All right. You know what you're doing.
I think I give Holy Cross a lot of credit. We were very, very scared coming into the game. The Wisconsin game on Monday night was 21-5, I think, in the first 10 minutes. And, they were able to go 36-35 at the break, and then Wisconsin, found a way to be bigger and stronger than a young, talented team. But Coach Paulson does a fantastic job, and they're really difficult to guard, in particular when you're not dialed in on all the intricacies. The switching, are you switching, aren't you switching? They cause a lot of confusion, and we got out of sorts defensively. There was also an equal problem probably on offense, that we were so greedy to get to the rim, and so, just one pass. I think you could probably count on 10 possessions where we probably didn't even pass the ball more than one time, and that kind of gives you a bad feeling. But the 9 threes, I think, at half was really distorting the game. And then to start the second half, you could feel it wasn't going to change until, I give our staff a ton of credit. And they just said, that's it. You got to go small. Let's see if we can pick up our energy. And, we don't win without Drisa. His contribution defensively, his energy, his quickness. And then I think that steamrolled us a little bit to get on a roll, a couple transition baskets, and then from that point forward, I thought we did a pretty good job executing down the stretch, and we had enough. We were down 13 with about 14:58 to go, and we were up 16 with 17 seconds to go. So it was a good turnaround for us. Don't know if we win this game this early a couple years ago. I give our players a lot of credit staying with it. Our leadership was really good throughout. And once we found the lineup that was working, our substitutions stopped. And, here in the first week, we're 2-0. We've got a lot of soul searching to do in terms of our defense. But I'm proud of our guys, because you don't want it to be easy here. You got to learn some lessons. And we had some different guys step up tonight, which was good to see. And we had to play a different way with different guys, which was good to see. But, this will make us better. And, Holy Cross was very, very good tonight. They were a tough team.
Coach, when you're in those situations and you're down by double figures in the second half, how much does it help to have a lot of guys that are more experienced playing college basketball facilitate that?
Yeah, I think one of the things that you rely on is that they've been there before, they've done that. Now maybe some of them haven't been here and been there and done that, but you look at a guy like Jamarcus, who's been on the road in the Big Ten or been at home. You look at Javante at times. Dave's now a senior. Drisa's been, at St. John's in every game last year in the Big East. You have some guys that have been in big games, but it really comes down to the guy who holds the keys, and that's Sebastian. And I think, Sebastian, hopefully, knock on wood, he's fine, but, he played with 9 assists and 0 turnovers tonight. It's an incredible job by him in terms of, getting assists, but at the end of the day, making plays when he needed to. And, unsung hero probably doesn't go, without saying that obviously Dave was terrific. Thought he played a high-level game for us, but, been easy for House to sit on the bench and pout.
How good was it to see Sebastian kind of hop right up from that injury and get right back into it?
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. And I was worried for him, obviously, when you see a guy go down and grab his knee and whatnot. Hopefully, knock on wood, as he wakes up tomorrow. He feels good sometimes, adrenaline, but I think the fact that he was able to walk and get checked and come back and play is probably a good sign, but I'm sure he'll be sore. But yeah, you don't ever want to see that happen, especially to a guy, in his last year and whatnot. But for a minute there.
Coach, Jaden House was a different player in the first half and second half. At some point in the first half, he was like minus 14. And then the second half played with such passion. He was just a different player.
He was, and to his credit, he's not pouting right now. He's doing what we're asking him to do. I thought in the first half, our team in general really struggled with the chemistry on offense. I don't necessarily think it was just him, but we had a lot of guys. We had some good looks that didn't go down. We had some really fast offensive possessions. No one could offensive rebound. No one could literally, make a pass. I thought our offense hurt us in the first half after we got started a pretty good way. Second half, when we sort of dialed in and said, hey, we're going to go small, whatever. The longer he's out there, the more confident, he gets, and he played with emotion in the second half. So I thought it's a credit to him, but senior, he's a good player, and you know what, he's not starting right now, and at the end of the day, if he pouts, if he doesn't handle it right, we don't win tonight because we needed everybody, but in particular him in a couple stretches in the second half, he showed how good he is.
What happened with the rebounding in the first half? They were killing you. Was it switching? Was it?
We're a little kid team on the boards. We can't play with the big boys on the glass.
I don't think
either end.
Any big boys.
Either end, and we're not a good rebounding team right now. And once we, start to play 3 perimeter players out there, we get small. If you're switching, you get small. But we aren't rebounding worth a damn. And it really starts, to be honest with you, it was hard for us to offensive rebound because the shots were so quick in the first half. But we're not getting anything done on the offensive glass, and that's got to change. And then from a defensive perspective, I know we were -8 in the first half, on the glass, but we that's not going to cut it, clearly. And Holy Cross is a lot of things, but they're probably not an overpowered rebounding team. And we got whipped tonight on the glass, and some of it may have to do with switches, long rebounds. But, we couldn't offensive rebound again a second straight game, and that's something that's, it's alarming for us.
The three-point shooting against, I think they were 9 for 16 and then 3 for 18 to finish. Obviously, you went to a smaller, quicker lineup, which helped with that, but was there more? Did you change, ball screen coverages or the way you contested or anything else?
I think some of their threes in the first half was just a complete and total breakdown in special situations kind of segments. They got the rebounding hurt us. I'm assuming they probably got between 2 to 3 of them off of second fan outs, kick outs. I got a couple there. And then, underneath out of bounds, they took the ball out in the first half. And I think this guy Nugent had maybe 4 threes on underneath out of bounds. So that's a breakdown in error in scouting. But we let them get going. Second half, they were very confident. We started to go obviously small and switch all exchanges, and at the end of the day, I think that made them play in front of us, and it came down to a guard the ball game and rebound the game rather than getting good looks. But in the second half, they were 3 for, sort of 14 from 3. We didn't shoot it particularly well tonight, but we did a great job in other areas, like getting to the line, making them, and our advantage was inside. And I thought Dave and Javante in particular, those 2 guys really accounted for a heavy load on offense. Some guys didn't play as much for us tonight, but I think we were in desperation mode there last 15 minutes of the game, and we found a unit and we stuck with it.
Coach, you spoke about Teresa earlier, kind of providing that energy, providing the spark, plays that don't always show up on the box score, like diving on loose balls and stuff like that. What do you see from him in those last
He's
5
that guy. He's that guy that you're so happy for because he does that every day. He's got a great spirit about him. He's an unbelievable kid. He works extremely hard, and you just pull for guys like him. But we expect him to be able to provide those type of energy plays, be able to play quick. He's on the floor 2 or 3 times. I thought he changed the game for us. I really did. I thought he gave us the ability to play quicker. It may not stand up in the stat sheet, but he was plus 23 in his 22 minutes. So I think it spoke volumes about when we were able to play well. He was an impact in our game.
You'll find a lot of corrections on the film, obviously, but overall, the character of the effort, is that something that
I was proud of our guys. They weren't bickering back and forth, or there wasn't any, oh, here we go. I think that we stayed the course through the game, and we've talked a lot about this team, breaking that game down and, winning segments. And I thought that they stayed in on that, and I think, it pays dividends, to kind of stay in the moment. But we had good leadership. We had no breakdowns in terms of attitude. And, you don't win the game clearly tonight if you're not have the ability to have some chemistry, some camaraderie, some toughness to you. But we got to become a harder playing team, a more physical team, a team that's better on defense. If anything, you come out of these games in the early conference season, and sometimes you don't see things you see in the league. But, when there's 5 3-point shooters on the floor, or a team that's that spaced, maybe we have some different tweaks out of this thing. So you have to take the silver lining. But, But there'll be a lot of things, I think, defensively. We'll be disappointed in ourselves as coaches to be able to prepare them better as we keep moving. But the players have to win the game in terms of how they respond and how they play. And they played exactly the way you want them to, down, 13 at home when you're supposed to be winning and all that stuff. And they found a way. Good teams find a way, and they did that tonight.
All right, folks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. See you guys next week, maybe, huh?
I haven't had a chance to